Dunmers and Divines.
Zion.
I thought maybe you weren't here. Cool. So going down the cave.
Or rather out, because you were switching caves. You're leaving the northern shaft, as I recall.
Yes. And I've got a person with me. Does this character have a name? Okay, so heading
out of the northern shaft. I know you also mentioned that you were curious where exactly it is that most of the laborers have been staying, since you've only seen lodgings for guardsmen. As you make your way out of the shaft, you find that it has started to rain in the early evening. Steady drizzle coming down. It's reduced sight lines to the point that you might have some difficulty finding the southern shaft on your own. You can see the guard tower pretty clearly. It's near where the bunkhouse had been, and it does have a light in one of the higher levels. But you also see, looking down deeper into the crater, there's lights on in a long, low building, as well as sort of scattered lights near it in what looks to be some kind of shelter, but certainly of lower quality. So essentially, like, there's the higher level stuff that's built on scaffolding and like some higher like peaks within the caldera, and then the lower basin seems to have additional housing.
Okay. The upper stuff is what you had the image you had showed me earlier.
Yeah.
Do you have an image for what's the? No, they wouldn't necessarily model a thing for.
I have expanded the size of this operation.
That's fair. It makes sense for 30. Like, I'm still finding that 30 guards to and no walls to hold this position is very lackluster. If this were the actual Romans, they would have built a palisade within the first day. Like, when Romans can't get to a place and they camp, then nobody goes to sleep until the palisade has been built.
I mean, they did build it in such a way that there was a building you had to move through before you could get into the rest of the like mining space, but it's not like a wall. This isn't a fort. This isn't the most heavily defensible position. And they're relying on the fact that house wars in Morrowind are not fought on a battlefield.
Well, other wars are fought on the battlefield, so but they didn't think about that. The other thing is, like, are the walls of the crater video game steep? Like, are they unclimbable, or are there?
It would be notably difficult
Okay.
from both the interior and exterior.
Okay. Yeah, so like you've got to go through the dirt path and stuff like this, or teleport, or have a tunnel that
You had
leads
more
up.
reasons to not bother with a wall. I mean, like, a third of the people we're worried about are wizards anyways.
Yeah, but that means taking more precautions, not less.
Makes a wall seem potentially sillier. Anyway. So, once again, you can see the guard tower from the, like, near the bunkhouse you'd previously been in.
Singular? Okay, is the guard?
There's sort of like a single tower that like comes up. It's not super tall, only about like 3-4 stories, but it does give a decent view of the rest of the caldera, one could assume. And then beneath, you also see a like defined structure, as well as something that's harder to make out, but looks a little bit more slapped together on the lower levels.
Okay. Do I see the other mine shaft entrances?
Not clearly, especially with the fact that it is also raining. It's occluding your vision.
I'm going to head south.
Okay. So you're just striking out south. So, but you are coming from the northern shaft, so you're basically going to have to cross much of the crater. Are you going to go up on the scaffolding, or go down through the bowl, or around the lip?
What seems, I think, like, through the scaffolding, if it looks more convenient.
Okay.
I'm trying to, like, stay in character here.
Fair enough. As you cross, a soldier in Imperial armor sees you, salutes, and allows you to cross back over. He's clearly been conveyed that you're moving shafts. But you approach the southern side, you are able to roll survival. Probably. We'll set the DC at 5, but...
Yeah, don't underestimate Gladys's ability to mess up. I rolled a 7.
Nice!
That is a success!
Yeah, it does take some doing, but you are able to locate the entrance to the southern mine shaft. The walk here is shorter than entering into the northern shaft. You remember Elinea making a comment about how the first shaft to be excavated was the northern, so the southern is generally newer. But you also notice there's more sort of fissures flaking off. Things that perhaps could be tunnels, but aren't as wide. They're not. They don't have wooden support beams like the main path forward. Perhaps these are not intentional developments, accidents, or they're faults within the rock face itself. Either way, there's very, very quickly evident to be more side passages here. But within about 5 minutes, you come across a similarly enlarged cavern space that contains a soldier and a Halalu overseer who turn to look at you. The soldier is once again a dark elf.
Glowing eye.
Yeah, he's got a scar over one of his eyes, which has it somewhat blinded, and red eyes otherwise. Which he turns to and says, "You're the one that went north with Elenia, yeah? Come to finally actually see where the action is, then."
I'm not seeing any.
Well, hasn't happened yet, at least to our knowledge tonight. Most of the guards here tend to separate from the overseers. We're trying to chase down any lead we can, but the stone here is a little less sturdy, which means there's a lot more small spaces for sneaky thieves to make off with. But you're here to track them down, not us. I can put you in contact with my scouting party. They can show you which caverns they've cleared out, which ones are still potentials. But it might take some time for them to rendezvous back here.
I will just wait for the report of your scouting team.
Alright.
I'm not, if they're doing their job and exploring, then I don't need to, I don't need to like risk my neck in and obviously about to fall mine shafts.
Well, that is rather the point of hiring the Fighters Guild, wasn't it? So that you'd be the one.
For the fighting.
Fair enough.
I'm not a tracker.
Very well then. What can I do for you, Mr. Fighters Guild?
Get me a report from your scouts when you have it. And I'm gonna turn around and leave. I'm gonna head back to sleep into town.
Okay. So you're just leaving the mine entirely?
I'm gonna take a detour through like the central large habitation.
Okay, so the bottom of the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from what, as you approach, you can see that it's been constructed of wood and plaster, much like and stone, much like many imperial buildings. But it's been sort of built into almost a Halalu style. It's got some of the same like grown-looking lines to it. The shape of it doesn't look imperial, and looking at it, as you approach the door, you can smell some food being shared and a meal, as well as a number of notably Dunmer voices leaking through the door. It seems fairly obvious that this is where the Halalu overseers are being bunked, which leaves the remaining two structures, which are mostly enclosed and do have thatching over the roof, but are much rougher. They don't have stone or plaster, it's just wood. And you can see from where you're standing that the slats don't quite meet, so there's what little light is inside is leaking out very easily. It is reasonable to suspect that perhaps the at rough calculations, 150 odd slaves are being stationed within these two structures, each of which is smaller than where either the Imperial Guards or the Overseers are kept.
Are those... I imagine those buildings aren't guarded while the slaves are out?
You don't at least see any guards around, especially given the rain.
Okay. I'm gonna go into one of the buildings. Not the one with the overseers.
Okay. As you step inside, you see a room with basically like cloth sacks that have been rolled up and out of the way. Probably room enough for about 75 or so, if squashed quite closely together. But there's a few small stools, perhaps being appropriated as tables, with a couple of cast-off candles, which are being lit, as of right now, by a somewhat familiar face, that of this Khajiit, once again. She sees you, startles, and drops into a bow.
Gladius has the reflexively nods his head and then realizes, no, wait, that's not in character. And I look around to see if anyone has noticed the reflexive tilt of the head.
Her head is still staring right down at the ground.
Okay.
She said nothing so far.
She's the only one here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That. Okay. What do we have to say when I'm Twin Labs. The password is "They light the way to freedom." Okay, I didn't write the first part down, so I don't. Okay, well, can I make an intelligence check for Gladius?
Sure.
No, Gladius shouldn't try to guess. Remember, it's. I feel like if I don't have a "I'm certain this is correct," I'm just gonna use the
response
the
phrase.
response phrase. So like, as long as I don't roll super well or super shitty, I'm gonna use the response phrase. Intelligence check. 8. I'm gonna say they light the way to freedom.
She freezes for a sec, straightens her back slightly, and looks up at you and says, "Twin lamps, then, sir?"
Yes, twin lamps.
You are a strange one. What can Darlena do for you? Or are you here to offer services to me?
More that.
I have some time, though I'll need to be doing mending. She gestures.
I'm gonna start casting mending. Like I'm going to like partake in whatever work she's doing so that it doesn't look like she's like she was slacking off. I have a Jira ready in action to cast invisibility if somebody walks in on us, so that I am not seen to be like just having a conversation and like helping.
Further, for that exact reason, she does in fact still get out her mending things and is working on patching some of the bed rolls.
I was thinking we could do some body doubling and like we're both repairing while we're having this conversation.
She says, "I did not expect that twin lamps would take much look here, given the dual security measures of both Halalu and the Legion, but I certainly will not stop you. What plan do you have?"
I'm not well,
it's to do with the thieves, yes?
Yes, that's why I'm here. I'm going to take out my like thieves tools, and like as I open it, I'm
make an intelligence check.
Okay. I'm sure. Intelligence. Okay. 13.
It is at this exact moment that you remember from the last time that you freed slaves from a cave that you need to have the specific key because they are magical objects.
Yeah. Well, the Thieves' Tools kit can also help with locks and like other stuff. They can like in a pinch you can use them to stab like a guard. Like
She looks at the kit and says,
do you have a place to hide this?
She looks down at her mending, takes out one, and hides it away inside of the bedroll. She says, "But would be difficult to carry around most of the time, given the rest of the security measures. Darlena is given the incredible gift of being allowed clothes. But only because she is expected to serve within the bunkhouses. It's unseemly for a nude slave in front of the masters?
My plan so far is to cause the thieves and the guards to battle out in the open, weaken themselves, and I have a gift for cleaning up once conflict has happened.
Darlena will not say that there are not guards stationed here who do not deserve it, but the trouble is the Halalu, and, well, they would never raise a finger for our defense or anyone else's, not while the Legionnaires stand. And should we suddenly be subjected to only their mercy and guidance and supervision?
The fight might be a sufficient distraction to escape, but also do the Halalu have a military presence here? I thought the Imperials were taking care of the security.
No, precisely. Those here are meant only to mind us slaves. Violent, crude, and petty men who wouldn't even make it in the Halalu Guard. Not the kind that should be left alone, untended. But
do you have any ongoing plans?
Darlena knows there is a key. There must always be a key. The bracers are made with their creation. And, well, Darlena has been here since the beginning of the Imperial operations. Darlena knows that the keys came with the Halalu, not the Imperials. So it must be somewhere nearby, either in the mining operation or perhaps within the city. With a key, then we can work on our own freedom as well. Perhaps with the benefit of your distraction.
I'm looking for my chime of opening. Okay. You can strike it as an action, pointing it at an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock.
Keep reading.
The chime issues a clear tone, and one lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object. If no locks or latches remain, the object itself opens. This is better than knock because it doesn't have the specifications of. No, it is better than arcane lock because it doesn't. Interact like it doesn't specify how this like compared to knock how this would interact with arcane lock.
Yeah. I mean, lock or latch.
If there's a key. If there's a keyhole, that's a lock.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I'll let you use it for sure, but you have how many charges?
I only have 8 charges left. I'm going to show it to her, and I'm going to also say, and if we might need to break some limbs, but I have powerful healing, so if we force the limbs out of the collars. Are there collars around their necks?
It's bracers.
Yeah, bracers. Then, like I might be able to make this work. The collars, I don't know if they're the most important part, but if, I can focus on I can focus on trying to find the key. If anything happens to me, this is yours. I'm gonna give her the chime of opening.
She nods and thinks for a few seconds and says, "You are possessing of some great talents. This is clear. Darlena does also know a few useful tricks. Perhaps we use this on me, and I should be able to use what bits and pieces I know to aid in my search. I do know places for sure that it can't possibly be. Give me 24 hours.
Okay. I will be back here in 24 hours.
And just remember, don't hurt the Legionnaires unless you're also taking out the Halalu.
Understood. Should I start with the Halalu?
Preferably. Start now. Don't.
How does she know me so well? I ask her. No, I can get some thieves' tools from town. Yeah. I am also going to. I'm also going to say. I'm also going to drop the medallion of detect thoughts and tell her you can use this to read the thoughts of guards and overseers 3 times per day. And
she nods and quickly stashes it under the belt of her skirt.
Do my manacles look sufficiently like they're like magical bracers that we could replace it on someone and they could be like
No.
Okay.
However, as you use the chime of opening and the bracer releases, it doesn't just immediately pop off, just the lock opens. And she sort of breathes a sigh and yeah, she's able to open it, but more importantly, even when closed, it still has the magic disengaged, which is what's suppressing her magical capabilities, which was making the chance of escape much more difficult. Generally speaking, this is part of how slaves are controlled here, is there are enchantments built into the bracer which suppress any magical talent they might have and also bind them to a location.
Yeah. Okay, so it does more than lower your constitution. Like, those are higher quality bracers than the ones that just sapped your than those that inflict. What was it? They just sap your constitution score and your strength score. That's what you had described previously.
Is that what I said? But yeah, these are nicer ones.
Very nice.
Well, she needs to keep wearing it.
Yeah. Like, I trust her to be able to wear it without like activating like without reactivating the magic. And I'm going to get up and say I can bring some weapons, some rations. I'll be able to commandeer some transportation.
This is all good. This is all good. We will put an end to this place.
Tell me your name again.
Darlena. Don't tell me yours.
I wasn't going to. Kajit. And Medallion of Thoughts. Cool. I'm gonna leave.
Alright, it is still drizzling, though it seems to be drying up even just a little bit. As you go to leave, Nalos is passing through the, because you have to go through the Imperial bunkhouse and then through the Imperial entry building before you can enter the mine. So as you are moving to enter the Imperial bunkhouse, Nalos is leaving, opens the door, right at your face.
I say, wow, you just let anyone in.
Well, I told them I was with the Fighters Guild.
Understood. Let's talk, not here.
Okay. As the two of you, so the two of you then set off. He walks silently with you, clearly waiting until you feel comfortable sharing what you have.
Shit. I sold some of my weapons to clear a little bit of space, and now I can't give the weapons to folks. That's great. Cool. For tomorrow, I'm gonna change my herbalist's kit proficiency to a. Why is it not letting me edit it? Oh, there it is. Okay. 2 thieves' tools.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy another set of thieves' tools.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to visit the local pawnbroker who sends you a used set of locksmith's tools, he calls them.
Yeah. As we're walking, I'm gonna tell Nelos what I've found out, and ask him what he's found.
Well,
I think I rolled really well on the investigation
yes.
roll. So.
Yeah, it was very, very high, I remember. So he says, well, certainly a lot of fingers are involved in this particular pot. I'm sure you're already aware of the Imperial interest, as well as the fact that the Halalu have a contract with them. But there's a bit of a dispute here, as this land should by rights have been worked by the Reterans. The fact that it was confiscated by Imperials and then the Halalus ended up getting a cut of it has caused quite a bit of political tension. Apparently the Grand Council has had multiple conversations relating to this particular patch of land. Tensions are ultimately fairly high. The Telvanni are sniffing around too, as we already knew based on the implications behind the thieves being associated with them, but they don't have nearly as much interest as the Reterans do in shutting the place down. It seems more like they're happy for it to continue existing, but they want the product.
So the thieves could be Redoran instead of the
it's
ones
certainly possible, but the Reterans want the place closed. The Telvanni simply want a piece of the pie, and the Halalu are very happy to be receiving what they're getting. Though I would never put it past one of them to be skipping a bit off the top. Overall, the tensions are quite high. The city itself has far more of an active guard presence than you'd expect.
How many?
Well, it's a small town, only about 100 civilians, and well over 100 guards. It would also seem that there's a, well, that governor's hall isn't called that for nothing, but he's not an imperial governor, no. That's a governor of the East Empire Company. It seems as if they've taken to making an entire city of an office here just for the ebony trade.
What's that person's name? It's the East Trading Company?
East Empire Trading Company.
It sounds very British for some reason.
Cunius Palulius.
Coolius?
Cunius Pelelius.
Trading company?
East Empire Trading Company, yes. Not that you've met him, but that's what the guy looks like.
Cunius Pelelius. Cool.
Cunt!
I that's not the first word that came to my mind that is going to be his nickname.
What did you come up with?
Cunilingus.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, I mean, we are. My channel is never going to get monetized.
We've been dancing. There's quite a bit of slavery happening.
Yeah,
here
we've been using the word slave a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way to get out from the mines without passing through the city?
Well, yes. In fact, you come to the turn off in the road, and it says, heading that direction just leads you to Port Narmak.
From there, you could take a boat.
Mm-hmm. But the ebony itself seems to be traveling exclusively within the mine. There's no carts coming up and down this path, that's for sure.
Where's it going then?
That's a good question. Perhaps teleportation?
I can follow the cart, one of the carts tomorrow, or maybe you can. Find out how they're extracting it, but that's not what concerns us most. 24 hours to prepare. I'm gonna take a long rest and see, and then we'll figure the rest out.
should have known that this would have been less so one of your profitable encounters and more of the trouble variety.
Yep.
I'm amazed that you managed to show enough restraint that no one's already... Well, the mines aren't already burning down to a rubble. I half expected it as soon as I heard the word slave.
I'm going to, I think Gladius draws the ebony blade and is going to, nick his finger and then is going to, use one of the points of lay on hand to heal it and be like, yeah, but I feel like I've been pushing it. I felt I wasn't certain that I'd be able to heal myself just now.
Well, probably for the best that you do have a plan in place, otherwise, well, yeah, your oath might have been in jeopardy. Fast and loose, huh?
I bet this place could sell for 60,000 gold pieces.
Not that we could get the rights to own it.
No, but imagine that would buy enough cauldrons of plenty to feed everyone in Balmora for free.
The Emperor thinks it's the blood of his divine ancestors, so it's all his.
Doesn't smell like blood though. That's very. I think he's obviously wrong, but okay. Thieves' tools. How much they cost? Of course, I wasn't going to find the
25 gold.
Oh, cool.
It's not on the roll crafting sheet.
No, that's not where I was looking. But I clicked the roll 20. I searched in Google thieves tools, and the thieves tools doesn't take you to the page with the prices. It is silly. 42 minus 25 is
17. Lucky for you, there's a mage's guild here, so you can sleep for free.
Cool. How much does it cost to teleport to twin lamps to smuggler Dreville Lefrey? I think that's somebody they killed. So in Killia, Argonian mission in Ebonheart. I'm gonna ask, do you teleport to Ebonheart?
Well, I could get you as far as Vivek pretty easily, but from there you'd be on your own. It's a decent walk, but not too far. It's getting a little late though. Make up your mind fast.
Not tonight, but how much would it cost?
10. It's a flat rate, any of the mages guilds on Vardenfell.
You'll teleport people under my if I bring you people that I need transported.
Of course, but flat rate.
Yeah. 100 and so that's 1,500. I turn back to the guild guide and I say, don't worry about it.
Of course.
I'm going to okay. I'm gonna leave 1,500 gold pieces for transport. 150. Vivek. Ugh, but like getting to Vivek isn't like okay, guild guy. What's your name? Have you ever been to the Empire and do you know any teleportation circles there?
Generally, not a good idea to try teleportation across the inner sea. There's something about the kineological makeup of the rift between the two that seems to interfact oddly with the teleportation matrices. I mean, there's a couple of working theories on whether if you apply...
Thank you. Have a good night. I'm...
Emilia is her name.
Emilia. Okay.
Her face was in my mind, but I couldn't come up with her name.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Do they have any... I shouldn't be asking for more quests when I'm trying to streamline the number of quests I already have.
It's a little bit of an outpost. They don't have a steward here, so no, there are no quests.
Cool. Alright, I'm clicking on a long rest. Is that chill? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm in the morning going to cast Long Strider and anything else? I didn't specify it, but I like when I saw Nilos again, I was like, what's this word?
What?
What's this word?
Your handwriting is difficult. Elena.
Okay, cool. Okay. I only have Long Strider that I prepare. Yup, it would it would seem, and then I'm also going to cast Aid. As usual.
Ooh, I know about Frank Kameny.
Hmm?
Sorry, Lily sent us a thing of cause she's in the gay part of Chicago. Yoga for bottoms.
Hmm?
Yoga for bottoms. There's a poster.
Yoga for bottoms?
Yes.
Oh my god, that is fantastic.
It's literally reduced strain on the hips, joints, and spine during intimacy.
Nilos. Good morning, Nilos. So last night, the Khajiit Dalina, she said that the key would be kept either in near the operation or in town, which means if it is in town, it's gonna be in the mayor's in the
Somewhere in the governor's hall.
Somewhere in the governor's hall. Today I'm gonna go talk to I'm gonna go find the thieves. You are gonna go look for the key.
Alright. I don't know how well I'll pass for a Halalu layabout, but I'll have to do my best.
He is a Dunmer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm...
Yes, but so are many people here.
Yes, that's fair. I mean, he's got a lot of the like work cut out as far as not having to cast this guy self. Is there anything I can give him to help him with that? I'm gonna give him the Cape of Mount back. I'm like, you can take big risks and big swings as like to like if you know where it is, you can run and get it and then use the cape to get out. But that will put our enemies on a high alert. It's better if you know where it is and will take it later. But you're allowed to have the Cape of Mount back and the Wand of Secrets. That should help you find stuff.
He nods, stashes the wand within his belt, and clasps the cape around him, and like holds his arm out to you.
I take his arm.
He says, "Happy hunting."
Happy hunting. Okay, what was the last? There was another thing that I gave. It was the Cape of Mountback and the Wand of Secrets. Where's the Wand of Secrets? Oh, I guess I didn't write it in my inventory. Okay. Cool. And now I can unclick it from my inventory. Cool. I'm feeling a little light on the magical items, but it's pretty important right now. Cool. I'm gonna head back up there.
Okay.
And go to the south tunnels again.
Okay. As you pass through, there's since it's early in the morning this time, you do see more folks sleeping the night shift. You see Elinea trancing on her bed this time, as well as Duroc and the rest of the troop that you had met last night.
So there's 7 people.
There's more than that, but like they are among those sleeping.
Okay.
It looks like there's about 10 people laying in beds at the moment. Okay. But as you make your way out and towards the southern mine shaft, or is there anything else that you stop and do on your way towards the southern mine shaft? Okay. You come across a new face when you reach the sort of opening portion of the mine within about 5 minutes walk from the surface. You don't recognize either the overseer or the guard this time, which makes sense since it's early morning as opposed to late in the evening. But the Imperial Guard there, who happens to be a Nord, looks at you and says, "The Fighters Guild one. I've heard a little bit about your comings and goings. Certainly a strange one, eh?"
Sure.
Particular tastes as well, I hear. Well, won't be indulging them here.
Have the scouts done their job?
Yes, indeed. I have 3 major candidates as far as locations that these thieves might be hiding. We still don't have any actual evidence of them, but we know they're coming in and out, but without accessing the main entrance, which means they're hidden off somewhere in the tunnels, likely with some sort of teleportation.
So your scouts haven't found them?
We have 3 potential locations. Delving any deeper into any of those 3 would require an actual confrontation, not what scouts are for.
No, they're for finding precisely which of the tunnels people are.
It's a 1 in 3. I'll have one of them walk you down there. We'll confirm at that point.
Okay. I'm Is this entrance the highest point in this shaft?
Most things do go downhill from here, but there are a few heading up higher into the mountain.
Am I heading up in the mountain?
The 3 locations we've identified, 2 are down, 1 up.
All right, we'll go to the taller one first. Do you have any other people inside of the shaft right now?
Not that one, no.
Okay, keep everybody out.
Okay. Do you want a scout to go with you?
Yes.
Excellent. He wiggles his fingers into the gesture for, I guess that would have to be sending.
At that range, yes.
Yes. And a few moments later, about 8 minutes later, a small Bosmer male jogs up wearing light leather armor. He says, "Called for me, boss?"
Yeah, he wants you to go into the confrontation zone.
Well, I can take you there, but I'm not going to be much use in a fight. Certainly not against the mage. Well, they're Telvanni, aren't they? That's at least what everyone's been saying.
I walk in.
Okay. So yeah, he starts walking with you. He tries to be chatty.
Like, are they those characters I'm interacting with, like, in
Not particularly important,
no. Is that an Imperial or?
He's wearing Imperial light armor. Yes.
Cool.
Nice day out. I didn't really get much of a look. I was up before dawn.
I'm not gonna. Okay. I pause for a second. I don't want to have this conversation, but I look down at the ebony blade and look back up, and I'm gonna make a self-persuasion check to, like, hype me up to build a friendship with this person. And if I don't roll higher than 12, I'm not gonna do it. Just natural 1. I am not talking to this guy.
Okay. He happily continues chatting at you the whole time, though he does a couple of times call you surly. But as you feel yourself rising higher into the mountain, he does eventually quiet down. Some of these paths are not so much walking paths as cracks in the rock that he's able to scrape through. Honestly, if you tried going without him, there's some that you might have missed, and there's some that you wouldn't have been able to push yourself through unassisted, or at least perhaps if you weren't wearing a belt for assisting you with athletics. But the two of you make your way higher and higher until he pauses around a corner and if they're here, they're right there.
They're not making any noise.
Yeah, well, I'll see you over there. Good luck.
You think they stay silent? Ugh. Every minute of every day. You're fucking incompetent. I'm Hex isn't concentration? Hold on.
Wait. That's not right. Concentration.
Okay, hell yeah, because I must have written it wrong. Oh, what school of magic is it? Oh, I just wrote. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, yeah.
It's enchantment.
It's I'm looking through the wrong. On one of my character sheets, not the spell counting character sheet, I didn't put in the full descriptions of the spells and stuff like this. I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Unseen Helper and give it the instruction of go in there, find the people, come back, and tug on my pants for the number of people that you've found.
Smart. So, one of the things that your Bosmer scout has freely offered to you is that a lot of their scouting routines does involve some aspect of magic. They normally have a mage traveling with them in their party, in which they are basically scouting the terrain using magical sonar. So they know that there is a cavern here that is of a size that it could keep a small group safe, that it would theoretically be accessible. It's how they had these 3 locations plotted out, is by basically plotting out all of the nooks and crannies within the mountain. So these are the only 3 places they've identified that could be thieves' nests, but they haven't investigated further than that. While staying well outside of confrontation space. But
it's great that they're able to get terrain, that they can detect the mini-map essentially.
Yes.
But that they can't detect the presence of folks in there.
Because they know the Telvanni are wizards.
Oh yeah, they're using something like it's not mind blank, but there is a gnome detection spell.
Like, they didn't detect anybody in any of them.
Well, that's what fucking eyes are for. Or an unseen servant.
No, that's why they're paying the Fighters Guild.
Anyways.
Okay. You send off the unseen servant.
Helper,
Yes. And a few minutes go by. Does that have...
It's 1 hour.
Does it have an AC or...
Yes, it has an AC of 10 and 1 HP.
Okay, yeah. How long do you wait?
If it drops to 0 hit points, the spell ends. So if the spell ends, I'm aware that it's ended.
Within about 8 minutes, you feel the spell end.
Eight minutes is a long time for... Gandus is confused.
Yeah, that is quite a long time. Within about 5 minutes.
I was told it's right around the corner.
Basically, yeah.
So
3 minutes.
Okay, do I hear anything like a...
You don't hear any noise, no. Everything's very quiet.
It doesn't have dark vision and it fell down a well.
That would be very unspider Daedra-like of it.
Yeah. Cool. Assuming that my enemies are in here. Oh, I used the Pearl of Power to get the spell slot I used for aid back.
Okay. That's a 2nd level slot.
Yeah. And then I'm having a Jira hold action to cast invisibility on me.
Okay.
If we notice something, and I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
Boom. Detect magic. For the duration, you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in that area that bears magic and learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So I can sense the presence of magic. I can only analyzing it if it is a visible creature or object. But if it is invisible, I should still be able to tell.
Okay. So as you turn the corner with detect magic on, what's the range again?
30 feet.
Okay. You're not walking too far before you begin to detect illusion magic tingling at the edges.
Okay.
As well as some abjuration.
Yeah. What do I see?
You see, well, let's see, make an intelligence check.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
Do I get advantage because I'm doubting? Because now that I know this illusion, I'm doubting it. Okay, cool. 15.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to sort of see two things. One is an empty cavern, dark, and like utterly still. The other is a like broadened cavern. It does look like, in either case, it continues further back, but in what you know to be the real image, you see a Bosmer sitting on a crate, fiddling with a dagger between two hands, and looking very intently at you.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible not to look intently at people with those eyes.
Yeah, poor hell of a leg.
Okay.
You also happen to notice an arrow on the ground.
Yeah. Shit, I gave my medallion of thoughts. I can't use it to do the thing that I wanted to do. Oh, that's so silly of me. Okay, give me 1 second. Does he have any magic on him?
It looks like his the longbow that's currently still slung across his back has some kind of transmutation on it.
That's the no. Okay, what about the abjuration I was feeling?
Abjuration, that seems to be over the like general space. Like you feel an illusion. You felt two illusions, I should say, specifically, as well as sort of a wall of abjuration, all the same space.
Okay, what? 2 illusions?
Yeah.
There's a fake wall and what else?
Everything seems very, very quiet.
Hmm.
Everything feels very quiet.
Yeah. It's a silent spell. Cool. I'm gonna say, that's a nice bow you got there, friend.
His eyes track onto you, and the dagger in his hand stops. He tosses it to his left, looks you up and down a few times.
That's the if there's a silence going on, then then he can't hear me, and I like. What's the sign supposed? Wait, no, hold on. I think I drew it. The hand sign with the twin lamps. They light the way to freedom. Gosh, I thought I had. Okay, so.
Are you sure it's a twin lamp sign?
Is it a black hand sign? Okay, hold on.
What's
I have it somewhere. There we go. I respond that I took care of it. That's the rats in. So, if they do this, I respond with that. That's what I know, but I didn't write down for who it was.
You can roll intelligence.
Oh my gosh, I gotta take better fucking notes. But then again, it is the notes that Gladius would take. I'm 90% sure that this is Thieves Guild. Intelligence check. 12.
Yeah, Thieves Guild.
Okay, I'm gonna return the sign and walk forwards into the illusion.
As you do, he does wave you through, and you can feel the silence effect wearing off. Also, notably, whatever abjuration was there did not trigger. But once you're out of the silence effect, you find yourself in a dark cavern alone with him, at which point he, still with a knife in one of his hands, says, "So, friend, I haven't seen you at any of the guild halls, but you know the signal, so you've made it this far in. So, talk. What's going on?"
I'm here to figure out what's going on and how I can profit.
Well, see, the thing is, this isn't your job. Big Helende gave us this contract, so who is it that sent you?
Big Helende? I've heard that name before. Hold on, give me 1 second. Have I met Big Helende?
No.
Okay.
I can make you roll for it, but no, you haven't.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna say I'm from Balmora.
Well, from what I understand, this was coming through the Sadrith Mora outpost, so what are you doing here? Just because you're guild doesn't mean that I won't gut you like a fish if you're interfering with this operation.
Oh, I didn't know that the operation was ours. What are we doing here?
Stealing ebony. What else would you expect?
Any competition to the theft?
Seems to just be us. Telvanni are happy pawning this off onto guild.
Oh.
At least that's what I understand, is we're getting paid by them.
By the Telvanni, that makes sense.
They even offered us some transport.
Teleportation?
My understanding is she's just a hireling, but she's still quite useful. Easiest job I've ever had. Don't even have to leave.
I don't see any pickaxes.
we're mostly using the equipment that they leave unguarded at night. Admittedly, not the most happy job for me as a miner, but, well, it's not too difficult. If a slave can do it, I can. Just wait for them to put the axes down at night, give it a little bit of time, and chip away at some deep, deep, deep crevice. Silence helps too.
The Telvanni. Tell me about the Telvanni guide.
Now, hold on. You still haven't answered my question about why you're here in the first place. Balmora has nothing to do with our operation.
I'm at the Fighters Guild hired me to come and take care of the thieves' problem here. Small conflict of interest, but I'm not gonna complete that particular contract.
Fighters Guild. Why is it always the damn Fighters Guild? I'd hoped staying on the eastern side would at least help to minimize that with less Halalu influence, but no, then they send me right back over to Caldera. Political hot pot. Could never be easy, huh? Well...
Is here Caldera? Okay.
Well... What are you going to do then? You've got you've got a conflict of interest, one of which has a contract. Not from my head, I guess.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Okay. Then what will you do? I see you're coming to an understanding of why most folks struggle with running both the Fighters and Thieves Guild.
No, it's not much of a struggle. If I want to get out of here the Telvanni way,
keep your weapons where they are. If I see you so much as make a move for them, then this goes in your neck, because she's our best way out of here. But I can understand wanting the potential of another bolt hole. So let's go.
I put down my short sword +1, my ebony blade. Actually, I'm like, as I'm putting them down, I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving those magical weapons.
I don't need you to put them down. I just need them to stay where they are.
Oh,
Like,
and
don't reach for them.
don't reach for them hard.
Like, he's keeping his weapons out and ready, but like, don't reach for your stuff.
Okay.
Could be more secure, but
Yeah.
you're already wearing plate armor. Like, you probably could take him, and he probably knows it.
Yeah. But yeah. Cool.
Okay, he brings you through a little bit more. There's a couple of places that he disarms a rune as he walks. He enters a room with two dark elf women and a dark elf man. One of the women is wearing like
Images?
well, she is wearing common clothes, but has a shield ready to hand. She's looks like she's just waking out of a trance.
That's an Altmer. That's a very thin Altmer.
It's just angles.
Are you saying this is the angle from which you see the character, or it's just a shape made of angles?
Well, I mean, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Not exactly the most helpful images, but I have images.
Okay.
That's the male Dunmer.
That's a cool looking mask.
Yeah. Netch leather.
Very, very bug-like.
None of them are wearing particularly notable clothes, but then again, none of them were on guard duty, so most of them were chilling, resting, especially since they would have just finished their evening collection. But the one with the heavy shield grabs her shield, stands, and says, "Alvaleg, who is this?" Which he says, easy, he's Guild. Apparently Fighters Guild put out a contract on us. He decided to alert us personally instead of just talking through normal channels.
Didn't know about this operation.
Well, that's true enough, but it's always worth checking if you hear about thieves in such and such place, huh?
Sure.
Anyway, Alinu, he looks more than capable of taking us out if he wanted to anyways. So, he's on his best behavior. He pinky promised and everything. She looks at him, shakes her head, and says, Alvaleg, this is so not protocol. You're needlessly endangering the rest of our operation, as well as Nerothrin here, which...
Where can you take me?
My connection leads to the Telvani Council Hall and here, nowhere else. By here, she pulls out a small mushroom, which, when she touches it, the crown of it expands and becomes semi-transparent. Things can pass back and forth through. Medium creatures could pass through.
Oh, it's like a portal.
It's like the seed portal.
It's like the seed portal. Cool.
A little mushroom.
So, Frey, how destructible are magic items in our campaign?
It varies based on the item.
Cool. Can I make an Arcana check to figure out how destructible this thing is? I rolled a dirty 0.
Which is to say a natural 1.
Yes. It's more poetic too. I don't get to say it's a dirty 0 very often.
Okay, yeah. This thing is indestructible, you can tell.
Okay. I'm gonna say... this is useless. I turn around like I'm leaving, and I turn back to the Bosmer and I say, do you want to tell her?
Tell her what?
The illusion magic? Do you want to tell her how easily I got, I saw through it?
Well...
You need to touch up that spell.
She sort of nods. He does as well. Well, that's part of why I'm stationed out there too. Hold on. Just because maybe we're clamoring at the fringes doesn't mean that we haven't put a lot of effort into this, and the legionaries haven't been able to make heads or tails of it either.
Yeah, but the like, if you're guarding the place where the illusion is not working very well and you're breaking protocol regularly, that's not a very good combination.
Well, hey, you knew the sign. That's different entirely, isn't it?
I'm just, like, I turn back to, like, the wizard and I say, we've already put this much effort into the operation. We should put some a little bit more and fix that illusion.
She nods and says, "Okay, I can certainly work with that. Any particular notes?"
No. I turn around and I start walking towards the spots that he and I came through.
Okay. He comes back out with you, sits down on the crate, huh?
Does she follow?
She does not, no.
I turn back and I say, probably want to do that now.
Well, I mean,
How long do you plan on keeping the illusion compromised?
well, I mean, surely if you're clearing this place, then we'll have at least a little bit of time before the scouts come back, and I haven't even prepared my spells for the day. By the 3.
Excellent. She hasn't even prepared her spells for the day. That's very good for me. I okay. So I don't even need to hurt this person. I just need to destroy this person's grimoire. If I'm thinking like this is a wizard. Can I? I'd like to look around, see if was she gesturing towards anything when she said I haven't even prepared my spells for today?
Hold on. Okay. She gestured at you angrily.
I did rolled 16 in perception. Do I see?
Well, I mean,
grimoire-shaped
there's
bulge?
only 4 beds. One of them had, and one of them she was sitting down on recently. It does seem to have a pouch out the front of it.
Okay. The mushroom thingy, is it already active?
She did take it out to sort of demonstrate.
Okay, but did it look like the portal was open?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a magical object that only she can use as a wizard, and she can use it without needing to prepare her spells. I'm confused about exactly how this works, and I'm trying to understand how this works so that I can interact with it. So,
okay, at a minimum, she is the one responsible for it. It seemed like she is the Telvanni present here. She's the one operating it. That doesn't mean she's the only one that can operate it.
Oh, okay, yeah. She's babysitting the mushroom.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The indestructible mushroom.
Blasted indestructible mushroom.
Blasted. Tell me, Frey, how much verticality is there to this mine shafts that we are finding ourselves in?
I mean, I have this map ready to go anytime combat breaks out.
Cool. I would like to snatch the mushroom and throw it down a pit.
Okay.
So Gladius's plan is simple. Gladius would like to force the thieves into a corner, and they will need to exit by other means now. Mm-hmm. If I take away their means of exiting. Gladius pauses to think a little bit, because if I my thought process was if they might have to find their way through, and then I can still have a situation where the thieves and the Imperials are fighting each other, and I can attack the Imperials with that extra help. I'm hoping if I break their mushroom, they're not very likely to wait to get out of here until I give them the go-ahead. This is not a good plan. I think Gladius sees the opportunity. If I could strand them here, then I could if I could strand them here, then I could push them into helping me, but that doesn't work as well as I think Gladius first thought. And having thought about it some more, I I'm just not gonna do that. My plan was like before I knew it was a magical object, and that she hadn't prepared her spells. My thought process was like, come with me to the to this area that has silence on it. You want to hang out with me inside of the silence? Great! There's like 5 spells you can cast without. And then she was like, I don't have them prepared. And I was like, oh, why the fuck was I bothering with this?
We can do this here.
Okay. But it's good to know there's a silence right here. That's a helpful thing. I'm going to say to the Bosmer as I'm leaving. I'm saying so they're paying thieves guilds to guard and mine.
This stuff is expensive.
Hmm?
This stuff is expensive. This is some of the most lucrative business that our branch of the guild has had going in a while. Not exactly my forte, but I'm getting pretty good at it. And even just 1 pound of this stuff is worth well over 200 gold. So it doesn't take too much to be worth quite a bit.
Then I don't see I don't have a lot of problems with slave labor, and this seems like a better arrangement.
Well, I suppose so. The fact that they're operating a mine here just complicates what we're doing. If we could get the whole thing shut down, it would make skimming off the top that much easier. Little cave-in wouldn't hurt us at all, as long as it didn't break down our cavern in particular.
What about the flooding of the lower tunnels?
Even better. Well, I am going to have to work something.
Yeah, but this section that is hidden wouldn't be touched, and this is one of the shafts.
Well, it's certainly one of the hollows in the mountain, but I wouldn't exactly say that we're sitting on top of a rich vein. Most of those are a little deeper.
If you give me 200 gold, I will flood the lower levels for you.
I don't really want the lower levels flooded.
Hmm?
I'd rather cave in at the entrance.
Do you have a scroll of shatter?
Look, do I look like a wizard to you?
No. I'm leaving. Gladys is not happy about this turn of events, because I was hoping there would be a clash and I could pick off the things, but if they're like thieves guilds, then and there's one Telvanni wizard with them, that's not ideal. It is a pretty nice setup they have though. I'm like, damn, how do they keep the silence going for so long? This thing must be expensive if they're having like constant major image and silence on it on one of the entrances.
It must be assumed that she's worked out some kind of enchanted object to be powering these.
Yep.
Perhaps even more of an artificer than a wizard.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think my brain is getting really fuzzy, so
That's fair.
we're gonna have to call it here.
Okay.
Star and Wish.
I liked a lot of great opportunities to role play, and to sort of like personalize the experience. I like the like curveballs that you keep throwing at me, but like it is very much illustrating like, yeah, I definitely can't go running into the situations like I used to. I'm learning so much that is going to be so vital to getting the slaves to safety. The Telvanni are slavers too, I presume. So I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Severithmore is not exactly a safer place. It's just a different one.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I got the teleportation spell, and I can only teleport one place. It's a mushroom portal. I think my wish is. My wish is for to know what the wildlife is like in the crater.
Okay, interesting.
Can I use the fear of the fear effect to cause a stampede of animals and get a fight started between my worst enemies and the slavers?
Well, I mean, you did certainly encounter multiple cliff racers, which they are cliff racers. And this whole place is surrounded by cliff on your original walk up.
That's fair.
So perhaps that could be used to your advantage. But I think
Yep.
my star is you have been incredibly measured in how you're approaching this situation. There's a lot of stuff going on. You're doing a really good job of restraint. But I think my wish here is
Go wild.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I am going to. I'm just like, I don't know where to draw the line anymore.
Plan keeps changing.
Like, yeah, it's like the plan keeps changing and evolving, and I'm like, so like right now the plan is back to, well, I've got to take this fortification that has 30 soldiers. Last time I tried that, the Imperials only had one spellcaster, and they still got my, well, I won but barely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, I've got a divide and conquer here.
But they do a good job at dividing themselves, so
Yes, that is true.
perhaps that can be used to advantage.
Yeah, I mean, like the 20 minutes of walking, like separating 3 squads and all that. That's too much subterfuge, I think, for Gladius. I was considering, like, if I can draw them in the lower levels, I can use the Decanter of Endless Water to just drown whichever scouts they've sent down there, and then that's just this many scouts or soldiers that I don't need to take care of. But on the other hand, I don't need to. Like, yeah.
I think I'm gonna lay down.
Me too.